Okay, I think I should make a big sound for this to work. Okay, I think this should work for me to sync the audio later. Anyways, I figured out how to record audio and video separately. I mean, both are recording audio, but I will be able to merge them later instead of having to plug in the microphone into my phone and not be able to move myself freely. And it feels weird because I'm still not used to it, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Let's set the camera here somewhere. I think I found somewhere majestic enough. Okay. I think I am going to be overpowered by the light beside me. Is this a good place to stand in? Can I just let the voice recorder keep going? And then sync different clips into the same voice recording? Let's test that out. Okay. Let's change the exposure first. Okay, this is good. Ooh, that background is insane. It's good enough. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. So yeah. So I have tried lots of businesses, but I didn't commit for more than 2 weeks. And when those 2 weeks ended, I used to procrastinate for another few months, and I just pressed record for a second time. Should I have the microphone with me this time? Yeah, let's improve. Wait. Alright, this is supposed to be better, yeah? So, I'll just press record again. I'm still not used to it. You know, talking to the camera and what to say, knowing what to say. Like I had to press record and just forget what I wanted to even say. I forget how to speak. But hey, maybe thinking like this is what makes me forget what to say. So let's just remove the negative thoughts. And let's brainwash myself. I know what to say. And just like this, I now know what to say. Let's go. Okay, so last time I had just pressed record and I think I was shirtless, yeah? I think so. I'm holding the whole tripod, by the way. But this time I'm not shirtless. I look more elegant, yeah? Let's turn this shit on. Much better. What a dirty mirror. Anyways, this time, let me hold it like this. Okay. So this time, I have a shirt. I have a bracelet. I have a ring. Yeah. But I'm still poor. That didn't change. My whole wardrobe is basically black clothing, so I just picked a shirt. A t-shirt. Damn, this is boring, huh? I wouldn't want to watch this shit myself. What did I do? Okay, anyways. So, I'm not gonna film them anymore. I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. I'm just gonna stop filming this until I make some progress on my life, like, you know, whether it is the way I speak or financially. The most important part to improve right now is the financial aspect of my life. Once I start making a few K a month, okay, I can have more freedom to do cool shit, film cool shit, go out and I can go out now. Am I putting limitations on my brain? I don't know. Okay, anyways, this is me documenting my journey. Or what am I doing exactly? Am I documenting my journey? Well, how am I not going to film what I'm doing if I'm trying to document my journey? Okay, that's it. Because I'm going to be documenting my journey to making $2 million before I turn 24, which happens in less than 2 years, okay? So if I don't document the part where I make few K until I get to making few K a month, it won't be a problem, yeah? I don't think so. Because again, I wouldn't want to watch this shit. It's so boring. Let's set this fucking tripod somewhere because I'm getting tired. Here maybe? Should I set it here? Let's go to the shared room that I have. Here we go. Look at this, by the way. Lots of improvements, huh? I have a green screen, a light, a microphone. Yeah, I improved a lot. Now that was just what caused my bank to only have $67 in it. But it's a nice investment. I mean, what else should I spend my money on? Food. So that was a great investment. And honestly, I feel like I'm living in Minecraft. It's improving my living area, okay? Improving the resources that I have and using the resources that I have to get more resources and setting up the small base that you build at the beginning, you know, it's like the dirt base. And yeah, I will use these resources and setup that I have set in my base to try to make more resources, get more diamonds. Okay, but let's get back to the main subject. First, let me flip the camera and flip the phone. Okay. Is this good enough? I have no idea. And no way to tell as well. I hope that my head isn't cut off or something. I'm gonna move back as much as I can. So hopefully my head isn't cut off. Okay. Anyways now. Yeah, I was saying that these videos are so boring and I am so unprepared and new to this shit that I wouldn't watch these videos, okay? Now, once I become successful, of course they become watchable because, you know, they are part of the journey. So I'm gonna film them anyway and I'm gonna post them anyway. In the last video I came over the fear of, you know, being judged by people after I named the few people that I'm actually afraid of getting judged by. Because usually we say, yeah, we are afraid of getting judged by people, but it's the few people that we know, you know? So once you name them, you kind of feel pathetic, feeling afraid of doing shit that will help you get closer to your goals, just because you're afraid of the judgment of these few people who did nothing with their life. Because, by the way, people who do great things with their life, they don't judge. Anyway, most of the times. Okay. I have noticed that after I start recording and talking a little bit, after a while I start talking slowly. So that's maybe what I should be doing from now on. Like, before I turn on the camera, start just talking and then turn on the camera. Yeah. Okay. Anyways. I also have a feeling that, what the fuck am I talking about? Like, why would I talk to the camera and who wants to listen? But that's where I'm wrong. You see, the shit I say, sometimes, if I had heard someone saying this when I was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, basically any time I was younger than this. So my younger self, if my younger self had me now telling them these things that I have learned, they would have been so thankful. I mean, the fact is, I have watched lots of people who had a few hundred subscribers. Now they became big afterward, but the things they said at the time, it changed my perspective on life in lots of ways. It teaches me a lot. So I'm going to be talking to the person who I am the most qualified to talk to, which is my younger self. And by doing that, by talking to my younger self, I will be talking to everyone in the position of my younger self. And hopefully they get some value. Now, maybe now I'm not so coherent and I'm not making lots of sense. But a bit by a bit, I will start being more coherent, okay? Okay. This kind of fucking insecurity that I have, I must get over this shit. Insecurity from what? Why am I using words that aren't true? I don't know. Let's fix this Rubik's Cube. Let's first do some of this to, you know, shovel it around, and now look at it. I need to move this there. Okay. Oh no. Oh yes. Do you see this? Do you see how fast that was? Want to see some magic tricks? Where are my cards? Let me just remove this. Where are my cards? Let me show you a magic trick. I'm not gonna put the mic back on. Okay, so tell me to stop. Let's assume he said stop here. Okay. This is one of your cards. I'll put it to the side. Tell me to stop again. Dude. Let's assume you said stop here. This is your other card. Alright. So you have picked the 6 and the 9, okay? Now put it wherever you want here. Let's say you put it here. This one as well. Okay? Nice, so you put one around the 37th position and another at about the 48th position. Okay, now I'm gonna just do this and 2 cards will jump out the deck. Boom! Look what we have here! Your cards! Exactly. What else? Yeah, I want to see something cooler. Huh. Yeah. Okay. So, there is 9 leaves or whatever these are. And I just turned them to give you 10 hearts. It worked, yeah? Yeah, it worked. That's great, huh? Alright. I wasn't slick. I see you, so... What am I doing? Again, I have some loot to film with now. Let's just try to use the setup, huh? Learn how to use it, because I still don't know how to use it, so let's learn how to use it and just quickly give a recap of my life so far, shall we? Now, I have 0 subscribers and nobody cares now, but again, I'm doing this as a way to have my journey documented somewhere, so that once I'm successful, this becomes cool. Yeah. Let's set things up, let's go. I'm so excited to see myself in the future and how I will be making videos, talking to the camera clearly, articulating myself better, being comfortable in front of the camera, and living my dream life. You know, financially, financial-wise, health-wise, status-wise. I am so excited. And the only way to reach there is to not quit now, when it feels horrible. So, I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna endure the horribleness and the fact that I forgot to plug in the mic again. Yeah, but now I'm gonna take my mom to the hospital. So let's go. Oh, okay, let's sit back down here for a second. Because I think that... Oh, shit. Okay. I think it's important to talk about this. Earlier I called myself insecure and then I said, what? I'm not insecure. I think the right word was indecisive, okay? I need to become less negative and indecisive and more decisive and positive and just not give a fuck and don't over analyze shit. Don't be so doubtful. That's the best description of it, I think. Now look, the human brain is designed to be doubtful. It's designed to notice all the issues, all the problems that might have killed us. And that was 100,000 years ago or something, okay? Because back then it was useful. It was more useful to recognize that there is a tiger in the bush than to think, hey, it must have been the wind. Okay. And so, right now, I'm doing lots of new things, okay? I am learning how to film, how to plug in microphones and fix the audio inside the phone. Because apparently you don't just plug in the microphone. Anyways, I'm learning how to look at the camera, how to speak to the camera. Because for some reason, I become awkward when I turn on the camera. And even though I have 0 subscribers, I still can't manage to be myself when I speak to the camera. And that's okay, it's a new thing. Yeah, I'm also learning how to set up light and green screen and filming space and edit the footage. No, I'm not editing shit here, but that's the second time I pressed record. And by the way, most of that will be used to create business content. Yeah. How am I gonna market myself when I wanna start a business? Yeah. So, I'm gonna learn to be less doubtful, more decisive. Yes. And more relaxed. Okay? At the end of the day, we are living on a rock, floating in space. And whatever philosophical meaning you want to give to life, it doesn't change the fact that life is short. Oh no! Am I filming? Okay, I'm filming. Good. But the buttons of the phone were pressed the wrong way. Okay, so I'm gonna be more decisive, more positive, more myself, less stressed, more relaxed. Whew. Yeah, it's extremely important to be more okay with risk and more relaxed and less doubtful, especially when you want to be successful. And the brain, again, is designed to keep you alive. The brain is designed to make us survive, not thrive, okay? So that's why it feels so hard. That's why you get all of these emotions, because the brain is trying to keep you safe from what it deems to be danger, a problem. And that could have been real danger back then, but not now, okay? The brain catastrophizes everything back to death. Like, oh, I'm gonna say something weird. People are gonna laugh at me. They're not gonna like me. They're gonna cast me out the group. I'm not gonna be able to have a group to survive with. I'm not gonna be able to eat. I'm not gonna have a place to live. And I'm gonna die. Literally, every fear we have, psychologically speaking, is catastrophized to death by the brain. Everything we want, a desire. Okay, I need to improve my philosophical and psychological knowledge, because I don't seem to be able to explain my thoughts so clearly. Even though I have them clearly structured in my brain, I can't quite articulate them clearly when I speak. What the fuck was that? Who opened the door? Anyways, yeah, it's probably my mom. I need to take her to the hospital, so let me show you quick magic tricks before I go. Do you see this? Do you see what just happened? Do you see the magic? I'm a magician, part-time magician. And now, let's fix the Rubik's Cube again, but this time without looking. The last time I failed to do it without looking. Okay, let's just look at it quickly. Now I know what to do. Over my head, okay. And I remember, if I remember correctly, and close enough. Okay, what else? Yeah, let's. Do you see this? What the fuck? I was supposed to show. Okay, let me show you another one. Do you see this? I'm gonna put it here in my hand. It disappeared just like that. I'm a magician. What time is it? Okay, I need to take my mom to the hospital. And then when I come back, I'm gonna try to film something here, and then I'm gonna merge the clips together at Boston. Do you see this? It's a fake Bitcoin coin. Physical Bitcoin coin. Anyways, I want to have one Bitcoin in the future. Am I just saying my goals now? Why the fuck? This is not even my goal. What am I yapping about? Let's close the camera. I'm still awkward in front of the camera, but again, that's normal. Let's be positive. Okay, this is so cringe. No! Okay. It took me about 30 minutes to set up a whole filming set and everything and got everything ready. And then I filmed for about an hour and it was great. For the first time ever I was having the flow. Things started flowing and I talked to the camera for about an hour, 15 minutes or something. And guess what happened next? The camera wasn't filming. And honestly, I had such a cool reaction about it. I don't care. I'm gonna go somewhere else now to film because I'm not able to film at home any longer since, you know, it's now occupied. And so I am about to go here somewhere and film. I guess since I liked the first take so much, the second take must be better, yeah? It sure must be. Let's go. Look at this, we have a really nice area here. Let's set the camera somewhere and film another take. I mean, I am the one who said that, you know, the more problems, the more epic the story. Let's go. I don't care. Whatever problem comes through my way, I'm gonna solve it. I'm gonna face it with a smile and solve it. I will learn from it and I will improve. The harder it is, the less people will do it. And the less people will do it, the more valuable it is. And that's why I'm going to win. It's because I'm going to do it no matter how many times I fail. Camera recording. And even the audio from the microphone here is recording. Okay, shall we start now? Okay, so basically an hour 5 minutes of footage were gone. And my family came back home, so I couldn't film at home anymore. So I took the camera, took it here, and I'm gonna try to talk again to the camera, you know, film again. Basically, I'm gonna film the same thing. But this time I'm gonna try to be better, huh? Like, I wasn't really that mad. When I saw that I wasn't filming, I said, alright. And you'll know why in this video, because I talk about it. Like, honestly, if I got angry or if I got sad or whatever, I would have been a fucking hypocrite after everything I said in that video. And so, it's like what happened was a test to prove that I truly changed and I truly am adopting these new mentalities. Let's get into it, okay? Okay. So, this video will be a quick recap of what happened in my life so far. It's gonna be extremely quick. I'm not gonna go into details because right now nobody cares, you know? Right now, nobody gives a fuck about my life. Oh, because I haven't won yet. In the future, yeah, sure, everyone will care because I will have won. But now, nobody gives a fuck. Come on, you know Usain Bolt? Yeah, you know him. The 100-meter world record holder. I still glitch sometimes when I try to speak fast in English because my mouth is still not used to the movements of the English letters. Okay, anyways, that's not the subject. The subject is Usain Bolt. You know who he is? The world record holder for 100-meter sprint. Do you know who came second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place? No, you don't even know who's in second place. And you don't give a fuck. You never even thought about searching it up. Do you know that the difference between the first place and the 10 remaining spots is literally milliseconds? Not even seconds, milliseconds. But they haven't won. And that's why nobody gives a fuck about them. Honestly. Like, imagine both Usain Bolt and whoever came after him, the second, the third, the fifth, all of them had the same goal, okay? They had an insane ambition and insane goal and they gone through insane hardships, and they have great life stories to tell, by the way. They dedicated decades of their life just to get this goal. And then when they competed against each other, Usain Bolt came number one. And that's the only person we give a fuck about. We don't care who came second or third, even though they might have suffered more than him. We care about the winner. And that's why I'm not going to go into my life story right now, even though I believe it's epic, okay? I have survived some epic shit. But I'm not gonna talk about it now because nobody cares yet. I'll do it in the future. Yes. Okay. Nobody cares until you win. That's a great quote. And honestly, I don't feel shitty about it. It's the reality of things. Like, it's not like I am different. I also care about people who win. I rarely care about someone who didn't win. Like, yeah, you suffered a lot and then you lost. Welcome to life. That's how 99.9% of people live. They suffer, and most of the time they don't win. Winners win. Look, everyone loses sometimes. Okay, I don't want to get out of the point. I'm still learning how to do this shit. You know, how to stay on point, how to not drift, how to articulate the thoughts and ideas in a clear, concise way. But that's why I'm filming these videos, and that's why I'm going to post them, because I feel like shit right now. I feel cringy and incomprehensible, but I'm going to post them anyway to overcome that fear. And I hope no one of the people I know in my life will watch these videos, at least until I become successful. But even if it happens, I don't care. Welcome. Okay, so let's give a quick recap of what happened. So 22 years ago, I was born in a third world country in extreme poverty. I'm talking, we had a fucking hole in the ground of the toilet. It was disgusting. And when I was about 8 years old, a war had just started. Yeah. I almost died twice. Okay? That's the highlight of things. I almost died twice. But luckily, I survived all of that with just a scar. It's an inch away from getting blinded. Here, is it visible? Do you see it? It's an inch away. Less than an inch. What the fuck is an inch? I don't know. I talk centimeter. I'm not used to inches and feet. Who measures things with feet? Okay, anyways. At 13 years old, I had already moved through 3 different continents, 10 different cities, and countless apartments. I didn't keep count. So I had to skip many essential schools, but luckily I was able to catch up with all the school years that I missed. In fact, in just 2 months I was able to continue studying with my age group in school. And for the first time of my life, I was finally living in safety. I had a roof over my head, I wasn't afraid of getting killed, we had food, clean water, it was amazing. And at 15 I got my first phone. And access to the almighty internet! So I started consuming an insane amount of educational content on all aspects of life. Business, philosophy, science, self-improvement, psychology, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with learning. Not the stuff we used to get at school, because these were too easy and too boring, and they wanted to teach us shit that isn't really that useful. Like, it's insanely interesting and cool and useful to study history, but it's absolutely fucking useless to memorize the dates of specific battles in the exact fucking day, because what the fuck, mate? We have phones, we have Google in our bucket. We don't need to remember the exact day that happened. We need to learn about the stories and the events and what happened and analyze them, okay, sure, but not unnecessary information. And it's only unnecessary because, again, we have access to it in our pocket. The school system was invented before the internet and before we had phones, but we have to adapt, mate. Anyways, I fell in love with science, by the way, and business, and self-improvement, and psychology, and magic tricks. I think I showed magic tricks in the clips that I filmed before, not the one that got deleted. Yeah, I need to keep track of things I film. And by the way, why am I so afraid? Like, I can edit things out. I can take this out in the edit because I started rambling. I can edit it out. Will I do that though? I probably will keep it in just for fun. Okay. Where was I now? And so for the first time in my life, I was finally able to see a way to how to get the life that I have always dreamed of getting. You see, I have always been ambitious my whole life. No matter what situation I was in, no matter how horrible it was or what was happening, I always was ambitious. I remember I used to run around imagining myself as this famous, rich, powerful warrior. I sometimes glitch when people come around, which is kind of weird. I need to get more used to it, to be able to talk freely without the need to do so. I used to... It really threw me off guard. Now I became much better at it. Like, when people just come by, I don't mind. I keep talking to the camera. But when they stop and they start looking at me, then I feel really weird, That's fine, I guess. It's fine, it's truly fine. But yeah, so I used to imagine myself at this, like, okay, I need to gather myself back. I used to literally daydream most of the time. I used to run around, do push-ups, jump, anything. I didn't just daydream and walk around. That's actually when it becomes maladaptive daydreaming, as in bad daydreaming. And at the time I thought I was the only one because I used to create scenarios in my head and I used to continue playing them for years sometimes. I'm literally saying years. So at 16, 15-ish, I was for the first time in my life able to see the way forward. I was for the first time in my life ever able to see how I can become this version of myself that I have always dreamed to become. But you see, the people around me, everyone who was around me at the time, they started calling me ungrateful and shit. Ungrateful for the fact that I still want to risk it all and go for more even after everything that happened. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I am extremely grateful. I'm grateful for the fact that I survived. I feel blessed, to be honest. I'm grateful for this country. I'm extremely grateful for this country and the fact that it provided me with a place to be safe in, a place where I can pursue the better version of myself. And so what the fuck do you mean ungrateful? Like, do you think the greatest people on earth became great because they settled down after the first win they had? Absolutely fucking not. And not to mention that this is such a small win. I mean, what? Survival? Congratulations, mate. You survived. My life vision is to maximize my potential before I die while enjoying the process with the people I love, by taking action every single day that gets me closer to my ultimate goals and beliefs. And I have already managed to get from level -100 to level 0. And now all I want to do is get from level 0 to level 100. And back then, the consequences of failure were literal death. Now, the consequences of failure are way less deadly. I mean, it's literally just staying right where I am, at level 0. And I have unlimited shots at go. I can fail and fail and fail. And every time I fail, I'll have more experience and a better idea of where to go next. And what level 100 to me is, it's basically being top 0.01% of all humanity in what I call the core 4. And what the core 4 are basically, it's just health, status, love, and paradigm. And I believe those 4 things are the fundamental root for every single human desire and goal. For all humans, like every goal we have branches from these 4. You can always track our incentives and goal back to one of these. As long as survival is met, of course. And it's an extraordinary goal, okay? I want an extraordinary life. And to get an extraordinary life, you have to take an extraordinary amount of actions. An extraordinary amount of extraordinary actions. You also need to take extraordinary sacrifices. You need to take extraordinary risk that an ordinary person will not understand. An ordinary person will never be willing to take that risk, let alone comprehend it. Like, from what I notice, people around me don't understand how I am willing to risk living life at level 5, you know, by following the safe path, for just the pursuit of level 100, while I stay at level 0 if I keep failing. They can't comprehend it. But the truth is, level 5 for me is the same shit as level 0 or level 10. Like, truly, I see it as an asymmetrical bet, a genius asymmetrical bet. And let me explain it quickly. If I follow the safe path for me now, okay, which is, you know, go to uni, which I can go for free, by the way, study chemical engineering. By the time I'm 24, I will graduate, and then I will get a job, marry, buy a house, buy a car, retire at 65. And by then I would have made about $2 million my whole life. So basically, following the safe path by 24, I will be working. So basically, following the safe path by 24, I will be making 3 times the minimum wage, with some more social status from people whose opinion I don't give a fuck about. And I will be always living in regret, or at least doubt, thinking, what if? What if I had tried? What if I had taken the risk? And I truly don't think I can live with myself living like that. That doubt, that if, that what if, it will kill me from the inside. But if I risk it all, I drop out of uni, I go after my dreams, I risk everything, and I fail by 24, I will be working minimum wage with extremely little social status, but I will be living in alignment with my values and beliefs. I will be enjoying the process of pursuing my ultimate goal and vision and dream while enjoying the process with the people I love. And when I win, like, it's not if I win, it's when I win, because again, it's either I win or I die trying. So when I win, I'll be able to make in a month or a week or a day. The cap is unlimited. What I would have made following the safe path in a lifetime. And I'll have social status from the people I actually care about. And I'll be living in alignment with my values and beliefs. Now, when you hear me say I want to be top 0.01% of humanity, you may react in either one of 2 ways. You either think, who the fuck does he think he is? Or you might say, for someone who claims to be ambitious, yeah, you don't really have that much of a big goal. Because, you know, at the end of the day, 11 million people, because, you know, at the end of the day, 0.0 top 1%, 0.01% are still 11 million of every single human who existed in humanity. And if you're the second kind, I love you. I love you. Now, the reason I chose 0.01% is because, first of all, the sacrifices I'm willing to make are not above that level. From my understanding of what it needs to get to top 0.000, you get the point. And the second point is that at that number, I am safe enough in the fact that there is no person who is capable of doing things or making an amount of money in a second, which I consider to be a ultimate life goal. Like, I hate the idea. I absolutely hate the fucking idea of having ultimate life goals or having so much problems and it being what someone makes in a fucking second. And that happens a lot. I mean, think about it. If I keep studying chemical engineering, or even if I become a doctor or any kind of engineer, at the end of the day, most of them don't make more than $2 million before they die, okay? Some people have a car worth $5 million, more than double what this person made in a whole lifetime. What the fuck? And they have multiple. Do you understand that? Like, every single money problem this person had in his life, every single goal he had, I want to buy this car, I want to buy this apartment, or I have this financial issue, it's a car, less than a car parked in someone's garage. It's what that person makes in a fucking second. Now you might say, oh, comparison is the thief of joy. Bro, I'm drawing just a general comparison, you know, because we all draw comparisons. It's just, who do you compare yourself to? Those below you or those above you? If you want to compare yourself to those below you, okay, of course you will feel better your whole life, but you will not grow. You need to compare yourself to people better than you if you want to grow. And that's okay, I'm not envious. I'm using that as motivation, as fuel, as a way of saying, why not me? And I'm honestly asking you the same question now. Why not you? What's the difference? I mean, can you imagine Cristiano Ronaldo working in McDonald's? It seems like a glitch in the Matrix, huh? So why not you? Cristiano was poor. Now you start saying shit like, oh, but he's an exception. Of course he's an exception. I'm not telling you to be ordinary. We just talked about the fucking extraordinary and what it takes to become extraordinary. But so what? You will never try just because it's extraordinary? Alright. Look, if you enjoy living an ordinary life, then by all means do so. You have won at life, okay? Like, we win when we are living in alignment with our values and beliefs and what we believe that we are capable of, okay? So I'm not saying that you should have what I'm talking about. I'm just saying that if you have it, don't burn it or don't try to justify yourself out of it. Ambition is a blessing. It gives us a chance to have an extraordinary life, but it also comes with an extraordinary burden. And those who can't take it, they get crushed by it. But there is no going back. Yeah, like an arrow. We are like an arrow. We either hit our target and win, or we fly for nothing and fall. Now, I didn't mention anything after 16. What happened after 16? I'm 22 now. Well, you see, at 16, I got too comfortable. For the first time in my life, I was able to eat candy bars, go out with friends, make long-lasting friendships because I wasn't moving all day, every day. Playing video games, I was able to afford a PlayStation for the first time. I was finally able to try the things that I dreamed of trying as a 10 years old. And so I got addicted. I got too comfortable. And I was also arrogant. Too arrogant. I remember I used to think to myself, hey, I have everything now, life is safe, life is set, and I can become a millionaire in 2 months if I lock in. That's too much fucking arrogance. Like, what was I building it on? When you are winning, you are much worse than you think you are. And when you are losing, you are much better than you think you are. It's funny how it works. I was so fucking arrogant. And so I started procrastinating. More and more I was saying, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it after this movie, I'll do it after this series, I'll do it after I play this game for a specific period of time. Yeah, and here I am, 22 years old, still haven't done shit, zero progress. And honestly, it doesn't help that, you know, everyone around me keeps telling me that I'm fucking delusional and I shouldn't even have this as a goal and this is not something you can obtain and it's only luck and. And before I keep going, I just want to talk about this. It's all luck. what the fuck does luck or fate even mean, okay? Like, luck is just a statistic. Isn't that correct? So, yeah, you know. Oh, this has a chance of 0.01% of happening. Okay. But that's 0.01% of happening every time you try to do it, right? Like, so does that mean if you do it 1,000 times, are you guaranteed to get it now? See what I mean? Like, luck is a statistic. And so if you keep doing it over and over, you'll eventually get to that statistic. So you can actually force out luck, or you can do it more and more and more. You can expose yourself more to it until it becomes unreasonable that you don't get lucky. Until it becomes that you need to be lucky in order for you to not get lucky. Do you get what I mean? And so yeah, I can make myself more lucky by spending all my time on it. What the fuck? It's quite simple. Yeah. But again, I don't blame, honestly, I don't blame them. Like, they just can't comprehend of these ambitions. They can't comprehend that these things can be a reality. Because we have never seen anyone achieve it in our social circle. And they can't understand how I'm willing to sacrifice a level 5 life for a life of level 0 in pursuit of level 100. That's fine. But it doesn't mean I'm going to change. But it got to my head, by the way. Like, I was about to give up, okay? Now, mostly it was because I lost trust in my own words. Like, I kept saying, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week. And then, you know, days became weeks, weeks became months, and months became years, and here I am. And so I actually went to uni. Like, I started studying chemical engineering, and I'm now in my second year of chemical engineering. And I remember one time when I was, you know, about to give up the desire. And how do you give up a desire? Basically, you convince yourself that, this is not everything I need in life. This is not the only thing I can enjoy in life. And you switch it for something else. And so when I was trying to do that, I got so fucking emotional and angry, and I was shadowboxing in front of the mirror in the toilet. Yeah. And I got too emotional. I don't know what the word is in English. Too immersed, let's say. I got too immersed in the daydream, in the imagination. And I accidentally fucking hit the mirror. And I don't know what kind of Valerian glass that was, but it shattered my bones, my nerves. My hand didn't start spilling blood, it started splashing blood all over the fucking toilet. It was horrible. I was able to see my skeleton. Now I went with an ambulance, and I spent 3 days in the hospital. And I got an operation. In the hospital, I was scrolling and I saw an edit, and it said the following.
I finally realized that, and I want to share this with you, if you give up on your dreams, what do you have left? Nothing. I can't live that way.
And it hit me so fucking hard. Like, truly, it reminded me, there is nothing else I want. Nothing else I want. Nothing. I truly love the idea of being in pursuit of level 100. Even if I spend my whole life in pursuit until I die. Even if it meant I stay at level 0. And like Nietzsche says, I don't know if you say Nietzsche, yeah. There is no better life purpose than to perish in pursuit of the impossible. Just because it's impossible doesn't mean you shouldn't pursue it. Where will be the courageousness and the greatness be if success was guaranteed? And I would like to add to that and say, is it even a risk if I'm risking the life that I don't want anyways? For the pursuit of the life that I absolutely want. And the pursuit that I enjoy while enjoying the process with the people I love. So yeah, I got out of the hospital and I had been born again with a new scar. Is it visible? I think it is. Yeah. Is the camera focused now? Yes, it is. Okay. It's quite funny or ironic, I don't know, the fact that my journey from the third world country started when I got a scar, an inch from getting blinded, and then again, a new journey when I got a scar, when my hand was about to be never moved the same, basically. The doctor said that I will never be able to move it the same and that it will take 2 years to recover, but nah, I defy doctors. See, I defy the average statistical possibilities. Okay, but by the way, I didn't do shit. Like, no, I did, but not as much as I should have done. And what actually got me started is this last scar that I got, which is now. So basically a few weeks ago. What? It's a few days ago. I don't know. Anyways, a few days ago, I was watching a video. It came to me on memories. And it was a video I filmed to myself 2 years ago after I got out of the surgery. And I was promising myself that I will change. I will do everything I can in order to get us to the goals that we have. And guess what? I didn't do shit. This time, after I watched this video, I felt disgusted with myself. I wasn't able to look at myself in the fucking mirror. I felt so fucking ashamed, so much ashamed. And I got a mental scar that got me started. So I decided, hey, no, I'm gonna fucking work. I can't look at myself if I keep doing this. And so I just took the video and I filmed the video and I posted it. That was the first video. This is the second video. And these videos are some sort of a public declaration, you know. As long as these videos are up, I will be always living in alignment with my values and beliefs, taking actions every day to get closer to my ultimate life vision and goals. Yeah. Now, between 16 and 22, it wasn't always wasting time. It was wasting time most of the time. But I actually kept watching educational content, you know, especially business educational content and self-improvement educational content. And so I learned a lot. And I actually attempted to start a few businesses, many businesses. But what happened is that I will half-ass try for 2 weeks and then keep procrastinating for a few months. And so I tried dropshipping with TikTok ads, Facebook ads, and I even made some money. I don't know why I didn't keep going, you know, use the momentum and motivation. Anyways, I tried SMMA, I almost got a few clients, I tried a print on demand, I tried Amazon affiliate program, Amazon influencer program, I tried everything. And the best thing I did was an ERC business where I basically convinced a UK businessman to invest in me, for me to hire cold callers and run the whole operation. I also contacted a company who had lawyers and shit, and we partnered up. And so I would bring them businesses who are eligible for the ERC refund. They would get them the refund, and they would get a cut, and I would get a cut. And I was about to make 10 fucking K, and I didn't. I lost it all because, you know, I didn't know that you need to follow up with leads. But I had interviewed 50 people, and I had hired 10 of them. They were calling me boss. That was an insane experience at 19. But then again, I fumbled everything and I got scared and I didn't make shit out of it. But I didn't lose money. I mean, I didn't have any anyways. So now I'm going to use all these life experiences while taking immense action. Like this filming is immense action. I keep making lots of mistakes. I keep fucking up. I keep forgetting to plug in the microphone, or and a problem with the audio that's unexpected happens, or I forget to film, or things that I don't understand happen because, you know, I don't have the full picture on what it takes to do this. But this time I'm gonna keep going, no matter what the fuck happens. Truly, I'm committed. And guess what happened when I started to get committed? And guess what happened? And guess what happened when I committed? And guess what happened after I committed? My fucking phone died. It's insane. My S22 Ultra, which I was, you know, intending to use to film and work and do everything, it died. Apparently Samsung phones can die after a software update. Just like that. It didn't have a scratch on it and it died, just died. Now I took the phone and went to the shop to fix the phone. The fucking car died. It wasn't turning on. And then I took the bicycle and went to the shop. And after 30 minutes I went in and they said, oh, your warranty expired just 1 week ago. And you know, fixing the phone would probably cost me a new one. So I said, no, thank you. I went out and guess what happened? My bicycle was stolen. What are the fucking chances of all of this happening after each other? I went back home and immediately opened the MacBook so I can track the tracker that I had put on it. What do you think happened? The MacBook fucking died. Now it turned back on, but it was overheating and I had to use a fan. I need a fan blowing on the MacBook at all times for it to work. And it's still like this, by the way, which is kinda fucked up because what the fuck? Why? Anyways, the thief had already figured out that there is a tag and he removed it. So I lost my bicycle forever. And it was insane, like what's happening? But hey, I have evolved now. Any shitty things that happen along the journey, I'm fine with it. In fact, I love it, okay? Because it makes the story more epic. I mean, imagine if I committed and I just got $2 million. That's cool. It's actually cool. It's not as cool as it sounds because it's not an epic story. I want an epic story. You know, the more problems that happens, the more epic the story, and the more I can build proof for myself that I am who I say I am. Yeah. So now, since I lost my life savings, and I lost my... So now, since I lost the best resources that I had, which are a part of my time and energy, of course, my phone and my MacBook, I also lost a car and a bicycle. I had to spend all my life savings on just a new phone because, you know, I needed to film and I needed to have a phone. So I spent 2K and I got this new phone that I'm filming with right now. And I have to cut down my expenses now to basically bare minimum to survive, so that I can find a part-time job and work in it as little as possible so I can have more time to work on the business and on myself and on my goals. And I'm gonna drop out of university. Chemical engineering second year. I'm gonna drop out, yeah. And I also identified everything I spend my time on, and I have sacrificed and removed everything that doesn't have to do with the goal. Now there are a few things that I'm not willing to sacrifice, which are my mental and physical health, my family relationships, close family relationships, my friends, close friends. And so I have figured out what it takes to, and so I figured out what the minimum amount of work and energy needed to maintain those things from regressing. I don't want them to regress, I don't want them to progress, I want to keep maintaining them, bare minimum effort. And I blocked time blocks on the calendar, whether it is, you know, 4 times a week, 1 hour gym sessions, meeting my friends once a month. And I love meeting them, by the way, once a month. Like, and by the way, my friends are the kind that even if we meet once in a 6 months period, we are still best friends. That's great. The rest of the time, every single second that I'm free, I'll be spending on the pursuit of goals. Yeah. So what am I gonna be doing there? Okay, so I will be crazy to not use the best golden chance, the most growing market ever, which is the AI market, especially since I'm just starting out, and the creator market. So I'm gonna combine them. I'm gonna become an AI consultant, and I will do that by posting YouTube videos on a different channel, on a business channel. I'll post business content, AI consultant content, and market myself this way organically. I'm gonna study the niche, find a specific problem, become an expert at solving that problem, and then I'll post free videos, free value, free insane value. And businesses who want extra help from me, they can buy my services. As simple as that. Yeah? And I already have a lot of experience in AI, so I'm just gonna study more. I'm gonna study more AI instead of studying chemical engineering. Look, again, if you have a passion to become an engineer or a doctor, holy shit, that's great. By the way, you can become rich if you become the best chemical engineer, or if you become the best doctor, or at least an extraordinary chemical engineer or an extraordinary doctor. So if that's your passion, go ahead. But that's not my passion. Like, I care about money, mate. I don't know why, but yeah, that's my goal. Yeah, like, again, do you remember the core 4? It's much better to see where is your goal branching from, and do you actually care about this branch, or are you actually caring about the root, fundamental root? And so if you only care about the fundamental root, then don't live your whole life wasting it on chasing branches. I see so many people saying, oh, my dream was to go into this university, but I was rejected. I look at them like, what the fuck, mate? It's not your dream to go to that university. You wanted to go to that university because you wanted social status from your parents, friends, and you wanted to get the job that gives you a specific amount of money. So if you figure it out this way, it becomes much easier for you to know what to do. Like, you can get the social status from somewhere else, doing something you love. And I say I care about money because money provides you with freedom. It gives me the ability to be more free and pursue the things that I actually care about, which is mostly spent with people I love. So yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, I filmed the video again. I mean, it went in a whole different direction, but that's good. At least I'm able to film videos without scripting them. That's a skill that I'm learning and proving at. Now I hope there's no problem this time. I'm recording audio from here, this microphone. I'm recording footage from the phone. Everything should be good. There was an alarm ringing. I hope it didn't disturb the video. Let me show you how beautiful these scenes are. I love this country so much. Okay, is there anything else I want to say? I don't think so. It was great, honestly, coming out here and filming. Yeah. I'm just gonna put a clip that I filmed when I had a haircut. I think it's cool to end the video with. At the end of the day, it is truly just about consistency. They did a study on the most successful people, and
one characteristic emerged as a significant predictor of success. It wasn't social intelligence, it wasn't good looks, physical health, and it wasn't IQ. It was grit.